Good morning and welcome to the first session of the class 10 physics. In this session we are going to discuss today about the work, power and energy, which is the second chapter of ICSE physics book. And in this session today we will discuss about work only. The work only will take nearly 2 to 3 sessions. So let us know what is work. Every day we do so many number of works, like generally walking, even reading, sitting, talking, jumping, eating. These all works we do. In that, sometimes you do some certain works, like sleeping is a work. Suppose you are sitting and thinking, that is also work. Suppose you are doing a meditation, then that is also a work. But according to physics, these all works, means like mental work, is not considered as work. Here we discuss only about the physical work. So then what is the work according to the definition, according to the physics? So according to physics, if you applied certain amount of force on a body and the body displaced a certain distance, then we say that work is done. Once again I repeat, if a body displaces by a force, then work is said to be done. All of you read in class 9 that force. What is force? Force is an external agent which may or may not bring a change in a body. If the change or if the movement is brought by the body in a body due to the force, then we can say that the work has been done. I am repeating the definition once again. Work is said to be done when a body displaces by a force. I hope I am clear to everybody. This is all about work. Example I will tell you. Suppose you are lifting a glass from, then you are applying force to on the glass to lift it, and you are able to do it. So work has been done. When you are lifting a pen or pencil or rubber or eraser, you are applying certain amount of force and it is able to do. Work has been done. Suppose you release a ball from the certain height. Gravitational force acts on the ball and the ball comes downward. Work has been done. But suppose you will try to kick the wall or push the wall or push a truck. All these cases your force is acting, your force is there, but the body is not moving. So work is not done. Work done is zero. Work done is a zero because displacement is a zero. So now we'll go. This is all about the work when work is be done. Once again I repeat very common way. That is, a force will be there, some amount of force is acting, and the body also moves or displaces certain distance, then it will be work is said to be done. Otherwise there is no work has been done. So now we will continue to the what are the factors on which work depends. The work depends on the factors like one, magnitude of the force acting. Magnitude of the force acting, amount of force acting. How it depends we will discuss just now. Second factor is the magnitude of the displacement, how much it displaces. Two factors. For time being there are two factors, there is another factor also. So first thing is that magnitude of the force acting. Second thing is the magnitude of the displacement by the body due to the force. So these are the two factors. So how the factors influences, let us discuss. Let us two bodies, I say A here is a body, B is another body. Both the bodies, first body, suppose you applied an amount of force F1, here second body you applied the force F2. Both the bodies you applied a certain amount of force, first case F1, second case F2. And both the bodies displaces a distance of S. Both the cases the displacement is S. I hope I am clear. So then if force is suppose and F1 is greater than F2. Displacement is same. Force is more in case of A, and in case of B it is less. So implies that suppose W1 work here, W2 work here, W1 work is more than W2. That means work done in the first case is more as force applied is more. Hope I am clear to everybody. Similarly, let us discuss second case when A, same body A, another body B, same body, both are applied by a same force F. Equal amount of force applied, but first case the body displaces S1, second case the body displaces S2. And I found S1 is greater than S2. This also implies that there will be work in first case. Once again I am repeating. F1, F force is applied on A and B both bodies, and both the bodies, first body displaced S1, second body displaced S2. S1, if S1 is greater than S2, then W1 is greater than W2. Though from this above it is clear. First case we discussed when keeping the displacement constant, force is more, work done is more. Second case by keeping the force constant, displacement more, then work done is more in that case. From this above, these two concepts, we are clear that work can be measured by the following way. Work can be measured, you can write work can be measurement of work. You can write here a statement, headline, measurement of work. Work can be measured by the product of force and displacement, but little common way, but the actual definition is amount of work done can be measured by the product of the force, magnitude of the force, and the magnitude of displacement in the direction of the force. What do you mean by in the direction of the force? We will discuss later. So remember that once again I am repeating, the measurement of work, amount of work done can be measured by the product of magnitude of force applied and the magnitude of the displacement of the body in the direction of the force. Clear? So let after the statement you can write let W is the work. Okay, let F is the force applied on a body, and the body displaced S, any direction. I am not mentioning the direction. S displacement, and W is the work then the relation is that W is equal to F dot S. What is dot? Not multiplication here. You know that force is a vector quantity, displacement is also a vector quantity. In class 9 you have already gone through, when two scalar quantities you multiply, then you will get a scalar quantity. When you will multiply scalar quantity with a vector quantity, you will get another vector quantity. But when you will multiply two vector quantities, there will be, it may be a scalar or vector depending upon type of products. There are two types of products, that is, one is a scalar product, we will get a scalar output, then is a vector product, we will get a vector output. So its result will be F, this dot product, this is called as a scalar or dot product, scalar or dot product. So it will get F S cos theta. And what is this theta? Question arises, what is this theta? It is not necessary that always when you will apply the force, the body will move in the same. Suppose I move in the same direction, it may go any other direction. Suppose I applied the force here, here is a ball, it moved in this direction. This is not in the direction of the force applied. This is the direction of the force applied, this is the direction of the displacement. So the body is not moving in the direction of the force applied. Then they creates an angle between this theta, angle between the force and displacement, that is called theta. That angle is called as the theta. From the theta, about this derivation, complete derivation, how it became, we will discuss in the next session. How it is Fs cos theta, we will discuss in the next session. So Now from the above calculation, this is a scalar quantity. Now this is only magnitude of the force, not direction inward. This is only the magnitude of displacement here, and cos theta is also scalar. So all three are scalar. So work is a scalar quantity. So friends, I request you to go through the lesson up to how much I taught. In your present book, some extra things are given, like laws of motion, other things, these all things you have read in your class 9. You can read this year also that one, but that is not part of our syllabus. So this is work, power, energy. First work we discussed. Next class we'll discuss how this derivation work is equal to Fs cos theta we reached. This part we'll discuss next class. Thank you. Be prepared for the next session.